Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to Light Talks Football and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing all right today. Now, I did promise you that I was going to do the match reaction, but I thought to myself, after this news that I just saw, let me just do both. Let me do the transfer news and then the game what earlier today that happened about 12 hours ago, since it's nearly 5 p.m. here in the UK. So there we go. But yeah, man, lots of things to talk about. Noni Madueke to Arsenal. I didn't think that this is happening, but it is happening. But the big news is that Chelsea is showing interest of Ethan Nwaneri. So could we see Ethan Nwaneri leave Arsenal to come to Chelsea? We'll have to see what happens. So we've got a lot of things to talk about. I'm also hearing that Christopher Nkunku um, is is likely to leave Chelsea, go to potentially to Manchester United. So we've got a lot of things to talk about today. So I'm going to start off the transfer window, and then I'm going to talk about Chelsea's 2-0 win against Palmeiras that happened 12 hours ago. So make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bonus notification as well, so they never miss any of my content. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is Noni Madueke. So here is the David Ornstein bomber. So, as you can see here, Madueke agrees personal terms with Arsenal as they consider approaching for England international. Arsenal Football Club have 23-year-old green light plus strong regulations with Chelsea, but no club to club talks yet. Firm option to bolster on both wings. So there you go, man. So as you can see from this tweet, it hasn't the talk hasn't been done yet, but Madueke said yes to Arsenal. If you watch Fabrizio Romano's video, he has said yes. He does like the project for Arsenal. So there you go, man. So also I think it didn't it's not gonna happen. Yes, at least it looks like it's gonna happen. So honestly, guys, when it comes to Chelsea and Arsenal, when this is the big rivalry. Like it used to be Tottenham, but we don't do business with Tottenham. We only do business with Arsenal. So listen, for me, yeah, I'm happy to see Madueke leave Chelsea because I just don't think Madueke has been the type of player that we want. The likes of Estefan or even Pedro Neto. Every time we try to put Madueke on the right wing, he has scored goals, and he has. Don't get me wrong, Madueke is not a shit player. He's a good player, but he's not like elite or world class player. And for me, Madueke is not the type of player that can take us forward. So he can make good. Like the one thing I will say to Arsenal fans who are watching, that Madueke is a good player. Sometimes his decision making can be poor, but when it comes to 1v1, he can look good. When it comes to scoring, I mean, sometimes his decision making, can be poor. Sometimes he puts most of his shots wide and all that stuff, but he can score good goals. He can take players on, but the only problem is that decision making, no matter where he puts him on the right wing or on the left, I don't think Madueke can do the stuff. So to me, if Arsenal and Mikel Arteta and Beto is the new sponsor. Beto thinks that Noni Madueke can be a great backup for Bukayo Saka. Then take him, take him. For me, many people wait Madueke, but I personally didn't. I would have thought that he would look good for Chelsea, but that's not the case. So listen, Arsenal fans, if I was you, you better hope, yeah, that this situation is not happening because even though he says yes to Arsenal, the deal hasn't been done yet, and the one-to-one talk hasn't been done. But if I was an Arsenal fan, you have to be fuming because the other thing I'm about to show you guys is the one that I didn't expect to happen as well. So let me show you this one from Fabrizio Romano. Here it is. So Chelsea have been showing interest in Ethan Nwaneri's situation only in case the new deal doesn't sit with Arsenal. Now, no, sorry, Ethan Nwaneri and Arsenal in talks of the new deal while players want game time guaranteed. Separate deal for Madueke also agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Now, the situation is that Chelsea are looking to sign either Kudus or Ethan Nwaneri. I don't think we're going to sign both because that's not going to, because it's going to be impossible to sign both at the same time. But either Ethan Nwaneri and or Mohamed Kudus will become a Chelsea player this season. So listen, if we can get if we sign both of them, I'll be very happy. But I don't think that's going to happen because we've got too many white wingers, the likes of Pedro Neto, the likes of Estefao there. So to me, I don't think we're going to sign both of them. But listen, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind because both these players are really good. Both are game changers, and that's the one thing I need to see Chelsea do. You know, to bring on to bring on the player that can just be the game changer, that can just take Chelsea to the next level. Because it's good that we signed the likes of João Pedro, where I'm going to talk about him in just a moment, the likes of Gittins as well. But we still need a new goalkeeper because Sanchez earlier today, you know, should have done better with that goal. Getting bit at the near post is the thing that he struggles. So we desperately do need a new goalkeeper. We do need a centre back because Racing Fana cannot stay fit. Badishu hasn't been good enough, you know, and Levi Cole has been suspended for the next game. You know, also Liam Delap as well, which, by the way, this referees in the USA is just as you know, just been terrible. So I couldn't get my words up, but he's been absolutely terrible. The referees in the USA. So I think for me, we need to get another striker because Liam Delap is a good signing, but I don't think he can only be the player. And plus, Nicholas Jackson cannot be trusted because I read the stat that says Chelsea have won 12 out of the last 14 games in all competitions. Two of them have been down to 10 men. And two of this situation has come from Nicholas Jackson. So to me, we either put Nicholas Jackson on the left wing or we sell him. And I think for me that the best situation that Chelsea are going to do is sell Nicholas Jackson because I don't think um um you know, Anton Wesker trusts Nicholas Jackson to be playing on the left position, even though I've been asking the managers to put in that position because that's where we signed him from Villarreal, not as a false nine, but as a left winger. So that's the situation for Nicholas Jackson. So listen, man, when it comes to Chelsea, we know how to sell. And yes, we have been banned, but we did win today, and that means we're gonna have to pay FIFA for that FFP situation, so they cannot stop us. So there we go, man. So yeah, we're into the semi-final against Palmeiras, which I'm gonna against Thiago Silva de Fluminense, and I'm gonna be talking about them in just a minute. But yeah, man, when it comes to Chelsea and Arsenal, that is a big rivalry because we just don't stop. You know, whenever Arsenal are interested in Chelsea, we just let them go. And whenever Chelsea are interested in Arsenal, we just let them go as well. So listen, do I honestly think that Ethan Nwaneri is going to leave Arsenal? I don't think so. But but Ethan Nwaneri wants a minute, you know, and Arsenal signing potentially Madueke is not going to help. It really is not going to help. So to me, I think Arsenal fans should be angry at this, you know, Beto, you know, Just Concrete, even Mikel Arteta, if they sign Madueke and get Ifanyeri and let Ifanyeri go to Chelsea because to me, Ifanyeri is a very good player. He can score goals. He looks a threat on the right hand side, you know, and whenever all of the players look bad, whenever Ifanyeri comes on, him, you know, he just makes the team look better. When also needing the most, he does step up. So if I was an Arsenal fan, I'll be absolutely fuming if they sign Madueke and we get Ifanyeri. So or maybe Mohamed Kudus. So there we go. But yeah, man, listen, that's the situation right now. You know, Madueke to Arsenal and Ifanyeri to Chelsea, a question mark because I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does happen, I'll be happy because, like I said, we need game changers. We need someone that can come off the bench, look at Fred, try and score a goal, and just help us to win the game. And I think either Mohamed Kundus or Ethan Ranieri is the solution. I really do think so. So, listen, if we can, I don't think we would sign both. But if we can sign either Mohamed Kundus or Ifanyeri, I'm not going to be that mad. I think this will be a great signing, and let it go Madueke as well will also be good as well because I would have thought that Madueke is gonna, go to, different countries, like Spain or Barcelona. But also interested, Madueke said yes. The situation right now is not happening just yet, but he did say yes. He loves the Arsenal project, so it could happen, it could happen. And the reason why I don't think Ethan Yerry is going to come to Chelsea because he wants some minutes. And I'm not quite sure if Enzo Maresca is going to give him that much minutes because, like I said, Neto is playing that position, right wing, and he looks cooking. Estevao is coming to Chelsea, man of the match performance, and I thought he looked really good. So that's the big question. But I do get why we need so many players because we are playing in the Champions League next season. Are we and depends how far we go into this competition. In the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as well. Neto needs some rest because last season he has stayed fit, but I don't see Neto be starting week in and week out. So to me, we need to give Neto some rest, and hopefully the likes of either Esteval or Ethan Yawi or Mohamed Kudus could be the backup. So there we go on that one. So yeah, man, that's the situation right now. So let me know in the comments down below what you make of this news. If you're a Chelsea fan, let me know your thoughts on Madueke going to Arsenal and us potentially signing Ifanyeri. If that's the case, if you're an Arsenal fan, do let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of this? Are you feeling, like you expected because you don't want this to happen? Do let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, before I end this video, I'm going to touch upon yesterday's game. Chelsea 2, Palmeiras 1, or should I say Palmeiras 1, Chelsea 2. And yeah, the first half, we looked comfortable. We've been all over Palmeiras. We controlled the game. The only two players who I think were really disappointing was Nkunku and who else? Maybe Malo Gusto, But in the second half, both of them have been really good. Nkunku did have some moments, but I don't think him and of the left wing still works, and I think we still need to sell him. But Malo Gusto, I thought in the second half he looked really, really sharp. Defensively, put some winning crosses in, and yes, it was an own goal, but he took a shot, went past the goalkeeper in the back of the net. So I thought Malo Gusto really redeemed himself because the first half he looked shocking, but the second half he looked so much better. Cole Palmer, fantastic from him. Really fantastic. Scored a really good goal. And I can't remember the last time he scored from open play. It was in January as well, but he's back on the score sheet. And I think now is the time for Enzo Maresca to put to put Cole Palmer in a white half space because that's how you get the best out of him. I thought Neto once again looked sharp. Yes, he may not score and get an assist, but he still looked a threat. I thought Liam Delap, you have to give him credit because he was involved in that first goal. Allowing that defender to move out of the way so that Palmer to get the shot. So that was really thinking from Liam Delap. And like I said before, he is suspended, but that's not going to be the problem because there's one player I'm going to be talking about, and that is João Pedro. He really impressed me today. He really did. His link-up play was good, and his first touch was good as well. There are some moments where his passing wasn't that great, and he did give the ball away a couple of times, but he looked a threat. He could have got 2 goals and 2 assists because Madueke, shot was saved by the goalkeeper, and the same goes for Marco Correa as well. And he could have scored 2 goals, and both his shots, were straight at the goalkeeper. So I like João Pedro, he really impressed me. But like I said, against, for Liam Delap, this is his first game. We'll see how he does. But on his debut for Chelsea, he looked really good. And I think for me, he should start against Fulham and Reds because, like I said, even though Nicholas Jackson will be available for that game, I still do not trust him. And also, Liam Delap is suspended as well. So there we go. And another player I'd like to give praise to is Andre Santos. Now, the reason why Santos started other than Reece James is because James picked up an injury during the warm-up. And you know what? Even though I hate Reece James getting injuries after injuries yet again, I think for me, putting Santos instead of Reece James was a good idea, because if Reece James would have started that midfield, we would have been in so much trouble, so much trouble. I like to say this as well. The formation we played was basically like a 3-1, yeah, 3-1, um, yeah, 3-2-5-1. And most of the time, Andre Santos was all by himself. The amount of space he was given was all by himself. And that's why I think for me that Palmes was really, really poor, because they didn't press us. They allowed Andre Santos to have all the space to give him, to make his options, whether to pass it to Cole Palmer or to his defense. So he had so much space, man. And I think Andre Santos did really, really well today. So listen, no Caicedo, no Lavia, no problem. We got Andre Santos in that as well. Lever Cowell, I think for me, should have done better with the first goal. But other than that, I thought he looked superb defensively. The goal line clearance, the way that we allowed him and Chalobah to make sure that Palmes, whenever they make a one, they're always offside. So I think the defensive line really worked for both Lever Cowell and Chalobah, which by the way is his birthday today. So happy birthday to him. He's 26 years old, and he's getting assist for Cole Palmer. So for me, I hope Trevor Chalobah stays for Chelsea, because I think he'll do well for Chelsea next season. So there we go. Who else? Yeah, Kukueya always doing Kukueya stuff, locked up Esteval. Yes, he did score a world goal, but other than that, I don't think um he caused us a threat. So Kukueya done his thing, Enzo Fernandez, always doing this thing. So I've got to give credit to Enzo and Wesker, because the second half it was an end-to-end stuff. I don't know what happened at halftime. He just took a foot off the gas, but he made changes. It worked. Malo Gusto scored. I went to the semi-final of the FIFA Club World Cup. We'll be facing Thiago Silva's team. So listen, we've won the Olivier Giroud derby. We may not win the Jorginho derby because we lost 3-1, but we won the SFL derby. Let's see how we do against Thiago Silva derby this Tuesday night. So there we go. So yeah, the game will kick off 3 o'clock local time, but here in the UK, 8 p.m. So I'm really looking forward to that game. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're into the semi-final. We are 2 wins away from winning this competition. So let's see what happens, man. So there we go. But yeah, man, that's the breaking news. Noni Madueke to Arsenal, Nwaneri to Chelsea. I spoke on the game yesterday. So who was your man of the match? Because I think for me, Santos, man, I really do think so, because he was everywhere, making tackles, interceptions, or maybe I would have given him, maybe I'll give Joao Pedro, because when he came on, he looked impressive. But listen, the whole team did well. Enzo Wesker tactics worked, and yeah, man, we'll see what happens this Tuesday night. So I will be doing a live watch on that one as well. Yeah, man. So maybe so yeah, give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. And guess what? If Madueke goes to Arsenal and we sign Nwaneri, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be that angry, Of course, we are still in for Mohamed Kunis, but whichever we sign, these are game changers, and that's exactly what we need from Chelsea Football Club. So there we go. So yeah, man, take care. Goodbye. God bless. I didn't think this would happen, but Madueke to Arsenal, Nwaneri to Chelsea, boy, oh boy, I'll be very happy if that happens. If we do get the likes of Nwaneri to Chelsea and Madueke to Arsenal, even though it hasn't been done just yet. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days or weeks. So there we go. But yeah, people, I'm out of fear. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And as always, up the Chelsea.